Hi guys, hi, welcome back to my channel. I am Lucy and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for tuning in again. And if it's your first time here, please make sure you don't leave here without subscribing. Okay, just don't. As you guys can see in the title box down below, we are doing something new and I'm definitely scared, but I felt like I am ready to share this with you. And also someone said talking heals. So if ever I get emotional, I guess I will pause the video. I will continue it once I feel okay. So another reason for me actually shooting is I just want to give you guys some background so that when I actually like share certain things of like how to overcome trauma, how to live with depression, how to live with psychosomatic disorder, whatsoever, you actually know umkoka. Ooh, this is Zulu. You actually have like a background story. So yeah, where do we start? I think the best way to start, we are going to start back in high school. Yeah, I think I started my grade 8 at the thing is I started my grade 8. I was 13. It was 2015 if I'm not mistaken. I was new and yeah, I really don't know Uguti. How did I become so popular at school? Like just like that, I was so popular immediately when I arrived. Another thing that I think made me popular, yabo uma usuka like from a school that is far, and then you come to a certain school, and then you're like, oh no, I come from Mazone Primary, and then Mazone Primary is like, it's far, so people be like, yo, there's a girl from. It was like that. I feel like it was like that for me. So I made friends. Um, Getting emotional. So I started making friends. My popularity moved from 90 to straight to hundreds. I was famous. I was even called Helen Zile because I was like yellow bone. That's what they say. I was light in skin at that time. Now I'm dark, as you can see. So yeah. So this one time I was standing on an assembly point, and then he came to me. This teacher, he came to me and he was like, "What's wrong? I can see you're not okay." I'm like to him, "I'm not okay because here at school there are rumors that I'm dating Mr. So and so, who is my teacher." And then he was like, "Don't pay attention to those rumors. It's learners. Abafundi bayahleba always." But I was so worried because I am from a very strict family and ngisukele Magane, so they're gonna be like, oh, sikususa le kanti vele wena sowonakele, you already dating abantu abadala othisha. And it was really hurtful to me. Also, I think to everyone kungaba buhlungu kuwena if you can hear umuntu atshela ukuthi you are dating so and so what you are not, and then the whole school knows now who you are dating so and so, and that person is your teacher. And worst part, even the class he treats you like differently, because there was a time when like he didn't beat me, but then washabanya bantwana of which that raised eyebrows of other kids. I guess that is why. So a year later, after a motivation, a year later, I was in like a new class. I chose science stream and it was a good experience. I don't want to lie. I was excelling. I don't know how because science is hard. But it had been good because I had like the best teachers at that time. So we would like write tests, and whenever like we write a test, I think we will write a test every week, and then he will post our marks. This one time, like the first test I passed like with 90, and then the second one I moved straight to 7, and to him that's a fail. Why are you dropping? So When he posted the marks for the second test, it was like no Sihlingome Zulu, zero. The whole school laughed. The whole class was laughing at me. It was really, really so sad. I'm like, how did I get zero? Why there were things that were so simple. When you're writing a test or a paper, you can actually see what I know this, sorry for what you can actually see what I excelled this. I'm definitely getting this one. I was really so confused and I was so sad. He came to class with no exercise books and then he sent me to his office for me to go and pick them up. Uma ngifika to his office, ngifike ngithathe exercise lami kuqala ngithi because how is it possible that I got zero? Ebesima ngithi I got 70 something. I put my exercise book back. I put my exercise book back. Like my exercise, I go to class. And then I was like, you can't beat me because you've already like embarrassed me to abafundi. Like they think a whole me is getting zero. A whole mfundi that is so famous and upapaganga gets zero at cool. And he will do the same thing later on a later stage. Now he sent me again. Obvious, I want to go and check first so that I cry if I get zero for real. Now I get zero again. Now deep down I'm like, I know I didn't get to zero. I'm sure the fault is in what? Maybe the admin or whosoever was busy typing our marks didn't really see. Was like, like a genuine mistake can happen. A genuine mistake can just happen to anyone. He sent me to his office. When I go, I don't see the exercise books. I went back to him and I say, hey, I don't see the exercise books. Where are they? He's like, oh, okay, let me go with you and then check where did I put them. When we arrived at the office, he actually showed me, oh, here they are, I'm sorry. So it was dark. We were doing like the evening classes as always. So at that time, he showed me the exercise books and then I picked them up. When I picked them up, he started like touching my breast. When he touched them, like okay, he started like touching my breast. Like you could okay, now I have like big breast, but at that time they were so tiny, you know. So I started touching them and then touching my neck and actually kissing it. And then he moved his hand to like my private part. In that process, I'm busy saying I don't want what to do. I'm like when I'm saying I don't want that, please stop. And then he wasn't stopping. He's busy telling me how beautiful I am, like how my boyfriend is lucky to actually have me. Luckily, as he was doing all those things, and I'm busy like being traumatized, crying now, a group of guys passed. When they pass, they actually see what is happening and they see through the window because now he already closed the door. So they open like, what are you doing? And then I ran to them. And then I ran to them. I was crying. I was a mess at that time. And then they were like, what is it that is going on? I'm like, this is what he did to me. And then I'm explaining from exercise book to him touching my private part, my breast and everything. And then they're like, do you want us to do anything to him? I'm sure they meant like maybe when it's dark they will beat him, like how high school guys are feeling like they have power. I'm like, nah, just let it slide. They took me home, the class continued, and then the following day he comes into class also a poster and he's gonna flash, he's a flash but he's just Tomela and he's like, oh, ingane zesikole ziyamfuna ziyayiphosa again, and he's about to get married to a beautiful wife and they are very loving. They really don't need drama yokuthi jola nabafundi uyawezwa lawo ma-rumors. That time I was sitting in the corner, I was looking at him. At that time, I felt like, oh my god. So if ever I speak out already, this guy usengihambele phambili wayothi abafundi bypass again. And at that time I didn't have a good status ukuthi hayi cha ngempela unesihlangeka iphoto. At that time you were like hayi angakwenza nje vele loyaya. It was like that, and I kept quiet. I asked those three guys, you know what, keep it between the four of us, five with him. I'm not gonna say anything ever again. And I forgot to mention this to you guys. When I was still like senior in FET, senior because FET is grade 10 to 12. When I was still in grade 8 and 9, he once said to me, I shouldn't wear a tampon because it's tampon you insert it right. He was, it's not good for me, and then it's gonna make like I'm just gonna say whole guy like on private part there's that part like it's gonna make it like big whatsoever. Don't wear it, just put pads. At that time, I don't wanna lie, I wasn't aware what are tampons. I made him do a research. I was like, wow, maybe he's right. But then I couldn't get a picture of Uti. Why would he actually tell me specifically Uti I shouldn't like put tampons, you know? And now that I'm actually like old, I'm actually realizing what he was kind of planting a seed, and he was already over sexualizing me while I was still his learner. So after he mentioned Uti and is getting married, he have a beautiful wife, a fiance. At that time they weren't married. So everything went back to normal. Everything went back to normal, and yeah. And then I got into a relationship that we're going to talk about some other on the next video. I got into a relationship that went like public. It was famous. And then you went ekhaya wayengireport ukuthi mina I'm busy dating esikoleni. Okay, I know teachers does that, but I felt like to him it was like extreme. He was trying to hide whatever he did to me, cause it really still up to this day it doesn't make sense to me Guti. Why would he actually go at home and tell them Guti mina eskoleni I'm dating? My marks went dropping, nothing, my behavior was still the same. Maybe he was looking out for me. Okay, now I'm protecting him. No, I don't know why he actually did that. And then I remember I met Umkulu on my way to school. He was so furious, like I like fire. We wanted Power Ranger 5. Yo, he was like that. What the could you do? Let's call it. Man. I'm like, okay. When I arrive at home, ngithi nami ngiyoqala ngiyosho ugogo kuqala ukuthi kahle kahle the reason why Mr. So and so enza ongiceba umkhulu it because uyangishela ke manje. Why sengishela at the time? It because he wants me and angimfuni. And then ugogo was like uyazi ngimkhulu. I'm like no, akekho umuntu owazi esikoleni ukuthi like actually it's happening. Ngaba mention these three guys who actually saved me last time. Ngathi mina they know ukuthi he wants to do 1 or 2 or 3 me. Athi napho wayobuthuleleni sonke lesisikhathi. I'm hoping ukuthi as I'm telling my grandmother, oh, when umkhulu comes back she's gonna tell him. Did he tell? Did she tell? One tell no. He boy sickness. She did not tell him. So Unkulu wahlala phansi like ntambama walinda wagcwala even my eyes were like wena sihle soyajola esikoleni ujola nje nomfana oyiphara oyisigebengu thi ubheme intamo uweqa ucinge esikoleni. And guys, I couldn't defend myself. I was just so helpless in my heart. I'm like, God, should I say this or what? But sometimes I'm defending it now again. I don't want to blame anyone. I just want to say this thing like, gosh. In my heart at the time, I'm like, Yeah, he has already won, and there's nothing I can do now. We say we need level like everyone now, and any with him being the kind of a teacher that he was, I didn't stand any chance. He was really, really big, famous, respected member of the community. And obviously, now that there are a lot of things that have been said about me, ezinye izinto mhlawumbe bengizenza esikoleni ezingasile yabo, like I will kiss girls and then at home they are not like sharp with that. So now yonke lento engiyenza esikoleni comes with umkhulu at home, and now already I'm a bad child. I kept quiet, I let it slide. I did my matric, luckily, and then this one time again, he came back to school, evening classes again. I was already late, and I was late for 30 minutes. One thing about me, I'm always late. I would excel at being late. So I was late with 30 minutes. Like let's say singing was 6 o'clock, by past 6. I was like Yaboka, so I was walking there, and then the school is just down there, and then he's sitting in his car, he's watching me coming. Like guys, I will show you the outfit. Oh, I don't think I have the picture, but I was just wearing a short, and then I'm busy walking with my bag. Oh, they come here. He's sitting inside the car. And I remember, like, my friend was my neighbor. I don't know why she was late that day. The reason why I was late, too late, because I was waiting for her to finish. So ngagcina ngemshiyile. So uma ngifika kuqala yona usasendleleni yabo. So like, come here, I come. It tells me how beautiful I am. And then it's like, oh no, you got beautiful lips. Can I taste them? I'm like, no. I want to taste them. Okay, now I'm not saying no. I'm like, we are at school and there are a lot of people, whatever. Then I can, there is no one here who's gonna see you kiss me. I'm like, but say, you are now. At that time, he was already married. I'm like, but I cannot. Besides the ring, it was so awkward for me. I was like, I cannot. And then it was like, okay, and then he was like, kiss me, just do it, don't think about it. Yeah, well, or otherwise I'm just gonna like, and he was like, just kiss me, or otherwise I'm gonna say this at home, whatever. And then I was about to kiss him. In fact, I did, like, I was like, "Mwah." The first time I was like, no, I want more than that to you, you know. And then like I saw Naila, and then my friend was like, hi Shay. I was like, that time I have like tears in my eyes, and then my friend is like, "What?" I'm like, "Oh no, it's nothing." Yo, I'm like, "Oh, Mr. Speaker is actually saying to me, why am I crying?" I'm like, "Oh no, I'm just tired, because I'm doing my trick. I'm scared. My finals are coming, and this subject is hard." I'm like, "Oh, honestly, I'll go okay." And then they arrived in class and actually tells us about his wife again. He mentions ukuthi la khona khona manje he's happy. And in my mind at the time, I was like, what kind of woman is that? But then, now that I'm like, oh, I'm like, yeah, she doesn't know anything, and that's her husband. And one thing about us women, will protect our men. So, like, he talks, like, he's happy, ukuthi ushadile, and in life he's moving forward. Yeah, well, like, one thing about him, he was so smart. If ever he did something, he will make sure what he goes phambili, like 3 steps to uNkulunkulu, because apparently God works like phambili kwethu ahlengule whatsoever okusendleleni. So he will do the same thing. He will go 1 2 3 4 5 ahead of me, so that if ever I say anything, so that when I say anything, very little anything I say now, I'm mad. Cool. When he goes, sickness. That story ended. I met him again in town. I was meeting my girlfriend at the time. And then he sees me with the girl. And then he comes to me and say, oh, I'm gonna say, oh, thing is, I'm gonna report you at home, whatever. So I asked this girl, how is your relationship with Mr. Speaker at school? I said, oh no, he really likes me. I will go to his office. And imagine in my heart, I'm like, should I tell you, Uguti, this person is actually just a cover. Behind this cover is something else. And I hope he didn't do anything to her. Yeah, because the relationship ended with me and her. Yeah. Yo, this story have a lot of potholes because I'm trying to not mention like everything, but then it went as far as him telling other teachers at school to avoid me. It was, I remember this one mentioned Guti, I'm not a good child, I should stay away from him. Cause like at school anywhere I come from, I'm not reminded Guti you are dating with the so and so are so famous. So a lot of them try to avoid them in that manner, you know. I don't know why, but yeah. So I was actually harassed by my teacher, not once, not twice, but 3 times. And did I get any justice? No. Did I do anything? No. And I really, really regretted that. I don't want to lie. I think earlier this year, I tried getting like hold of the guys that actually witnessed it, just to maybe see what I can do. But then I couldn't get hold of them. I don't know, maybe they're trying to avoid the whole thing. Maybe they are also moving on with their lives. And now I want to take them back to high school life. I remember I asked my psychologist, who said, do you believe if I will get like any justice at this time? And he was like, it's a 50-50 thing. If there are people who actually witness it, you do stand a chance. But if those people are not willing to actually like speak, then it's just gonna be your word against his word. So I didn't let it slide, I don't wanna lie. But then I realized it's years later and there is nothing I can do. So, but there is something I can do. It's actually own up my story and let it inspire others and let others see with him. You can actually get through it. I don't want to lie. Healing from sexual trauma is really, really traumatic cause sometimes you do meet someone with the same perfume or cologne. You do meet someone who was like him, talk like him, you at checkers, you hear a voice shouting and you be like, no guys, I have to leave. We are student, and you go to work, there is someone who looks like him. It's really, really not easy, but it's possible. Here I am today. So yeah. So I hope you guys really, really like got something in the story. It's not a story. It's like it's a fairy tale if I say it's a story. I really hope you got something, and if ever you went through the same thing in your high school, it wasn't your fault, and I'm sorry you went through it. Please don't forget to subscribe, to like, and comment. See you guys on the next video. Bye.